All right, so some of you guys were telling me a few days ago, JS put this video out, how I became the most hated TikTok creator, the truth about OnlyJayus addressing everything. I don't even know why she's bothering addressing stuff. She's been through quite a few controversies. She's a less than stellar person, in my opinion. You know, the whole thing surrounding her being canceled for using the no word. Really, the biggest issue was that she waited like 3 days to address it. Instead of just genuinely apologizing, she waited 3 days. Promised black content creators she'd platform them and just didn't do it. Outside of that, she's been kind of antagonistic to a lot of smaller content creators. Yeah, I don't know, whatever. I don't know why she's even addressing it like 2 years later. Like, you might as well just move on. Just become a better person, and who cares? Like, just move forward. It doesn't really matter. I don't understand. But okay, let's see what she has to say, I guess.
I'm Bella. You might know me as OnlyJayus, and 3 years ago, after losing my retail job, I decided to pursue social media seriously because I had 100,000 followers and I saw the potential of that growing. If you've been here for a while, you might know me from my psychology trick series.
Wow, I definitely don't know you from being a good video editor. Yes, we know you from your Reddit copy and paste series.
Tricks to fuck with somebody's mind. I know work because I use them. Or if you're newer, you might know me from my series of life hacks. Ice cube to get gum out of the hair.
Oh my God.
One thing you can do is put a little bit of honey on it, cover it with the Band-Aid overnight. If you have to fake being
Why
sick
is so
over the phone,
loud?
make sure that you hang your head over the bed. You might know me though under more controversial circumstances. In the past, I said disgusting things to people. Fucking videos about it! She wanted to fight me, and I was like honestly thinking about it. This man who assaulted me last night.
Joining us for dinner. Make me offer you a seat.
I've been going back and forth for a while on whether or not I should even make this video or just
You
keep
probably shouldn't have, but okay.
pushing forward, making my normal content. But I felt like this is something that's necessary in order to move forward.
Okay.
You know, in order for somebody to grow, they have to reflect. And I have been privately, but I also feel like this is something that I need to do in front of you guys.
All right, well, you know, that's fair. We all have our character growth. So you know what? That's fair.
So today, I'm here to take full responsibility, accountability, and apologize for some of my past actions, as well as provide the full context around some of those actions. And by doing that, I'm not trying to excuse, justify, or even condone anything. This video is just to explain some of the situations that have been talked about, but not by me.
I guess that makes sense. Mostly because it could take you a while to realize you fucked up, so I can understand that. But okay.
You know, the full story that's been left off the internet, because this is the first time that I'm addressing anything in a way that I wish I would have in the first place.
The only bad stuff is that this happened a while ago. So it's like, you're not going to remember, like, I'm not going to remember all the specifics. I will say about this screenshot with her calling somebody the N-word lover. It was from some guy. So I talked about this, like, before. I don't even remember when I talked about it last. But this guy reached out to myself and Freak the Gemini. And when he reached out to us with the screenshot, I unsent all of the things he said to her in the first place, which was a really big red flag. I've talked about that before. And the only reason he released it is because I guess JS defended the kill all men narrative or something. So he was like resentful of that in some capacity. But yeah, that was always like bizarre and like curious as to why he unsent his messages. It was still bad what she did, but obviously they were going back and forth in some capacity. So
in 2016, I got into an argument over Instagram DMs with Andrew Can't Skate about me unfollowing him.
Okay.
We were both teenagers and being dumb. This argument escalated to the point of personal insults and just saying really awful shit to each other. Andrew had been somebody that watched my YouTube channel, or my old YouTube channel, before I ever had TikTok. So he knew quite a bit about me because I talked a lot about family trauma, being in the foster care system. And so he was taking all of that and throwing it at me. And I didn't really know this guy, so I was just taking nonsense and throwing it back at him for the sake of arguing. But after this argument, I blocked him. So the entire chat on my end disappeared. So the only screenshots we have of this are the ones that he had, which is why there was no date given when this leaked and why the entire side of his messages are gone. They're just not. I didn't really know this guy, so I was just taking nonsense and throwing it back at him for the sake of arguing. But after this argument, I blocked him. So the entire chat on my end disappeared. So
I'm pretty sure on Instagram, is that how that works? I thought that she had said that she might have deleted it or something. Is that how Instagram works? Like one side of the chat gets blocked, or was it both sides? I thought that the messages get completely like deleted. I don't even know. Okay.
But the only screenshots we have of this are the ones that he had, which is why there was no date given when this leaked and why the entire side of his messages are gone. They're just
we knew it was like 6 years ago or 5 or 6 years prior. That came out with the original information.
Not there. It literally looks like I'm going off on this guy for no reason, but there was a back and forth. Okay. So he got mad that I unfollowed him, and he was like, "Oh, whatever. I don't even care anyway." And I
texted out, noticing a person unfollowing you usually doesn't mean it, and then okay, this is the message. Yeah. quit taking yourself. It's not that healthy, blah, blah, blah. Or talking to yourself. And then she says, like, to, fuck yourself, calls him the F slur, calls him the N word.
I said X doubt because he was messaging me about it. I figured he cared. And the argument should have just ended there. But unfortunately, we go on.
Okay.
And I can see it making a lot of spelling errors because I was just like typing out of anger so fast. And I can also tell that I'm just repeating insults off this list of insults that I found on the internet a few weeks prior. Cum, freak, boner, pill, middle leg, fist, baby.
What?
Arm, lick my
So diabetic.
pie, keyhole, cum, junkie, plug hole, suck a bag, box, toy, soda bags, sausage queen, meat drapes, get some squish, bust a. I'm just getting way too into my personal life here. Like, there doesn't need to be this much detail going on. And I'm saying all these awful things here, like, I hope your parents get cancer, because he was telling me, like, oh, you deserve to be abandoned by your parents, you deserve to be in foster care, your mom should have aborted you when she had the chance, and that obviously, like, hurt me. And just rereading this, I feel really gross, because I'm remembering how I felt then, which was really gross. It wasn't a productive conversation. We were both just saying the most harmful things we could think of in the moment.
Okay.
But this is where I went way too far. Like, I sent racist and homophobic messages. I shouldn't have said this. It doesn't make sense that I did. I don't understand why I did. I've been thinking about it for the past 2 years, ever since this came out. Like, why on earth would I say that? I've been trying to rationalize it, and I can't, because there's no rationality here. I was calling him gay out of my own internalized homophobia, but the racist thing is just fucked up. There's no excuse for it.
Okay.
I deserve to be called out on it, and all the backlash I got for using that kind of language.
You got more backlash for your shit apology than the language, to be honest. A lot of people were like, why didn't you call... There were black content creators that are like, why did you call him an N-word lover and not just an N-word? They're like, I feel like this is worse. So, I mean, it's not out of character for some edgy white, like, young little asshole to say the N-word, to be honest. So, okay.
Andrew reached out to me 4 years later on December 7th, 2020, saying, yo, I was going through old DMs and found this. I would unsend all that if I were you. There were no messages between me and him, so I sent him a screenshot of that and said, yeah, there's nothing there. So he sent me what I had said and reminded me of this person that I used to be, this hateful, angry, toxic person. So I apologized. I sent him a voice memo apologizing, and he said, no, you're good. I just know we both have platforms now, and everybody's getting canceled nowadays. And I still felt bad, so I apologized again, like, over text, and he said, yeah, keep killing it. That's kind of where I thought it ended, Like, I tried to forget about it. Not forget about it, but, like, put it in the back of my head, because this didn't align with the person I was trying to be, Like, I apologized to this person that I insulted. He forgave me. I thought that was it. Those screenshots were leaked 2 months later in February of 2021, right after I had hit 10 million followers on TikTok. And I remember I woke up and checked my Instagram and just saw tons of people messaging me about it. And I responded to one person. And
yeah, right. So again, the reason that this got leaked, I remember, is on TikTok. JS ran some weird defense for, like, the kill all men narrative. And people got upset by this. Is what the Andrew kid told me when he leaked it to me and freaked to Gemini. And he's like, yeah, this is, whatever. He was basically complaining that he thinks that this has gone too far. She's a piece of shit. Here's some the DMs to leak, blah, 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 blah. That was why it came out, which is kind of like a ridiculous reason to leak shit in the first place, if we're being honest here. But okay.
I told them that the screenshots were photoshopped. They're not.
Yeah, we already knew that. She said that they were photoshopped, and what she told me, and I think it was perfectly fine reason, and she's like, oh, they're photoshopped. That's what I said originally, because I didn't think it was me. Which actually, now that I'm thinking about it, does make sense considering what she just said. So she must have known it was her, and she was just trying to use that as an excuse. But, like, okay, whatever. Because she had originally told everybody, and myself included, like, yeah, I didn't realize it was me. It took me a while to realize that it was me. This was in, like, a phone call conversation I had with her, like, afterwards, trying to help her out. I guess that was a lie. Okay, whatever. I get it. All right.
I did say all of that, but what I meant by that was they were edited in the sense that his entire side of the conversation was gone. But that doesn't really matter because
Well, that's not what you told. Why? This is like a weird lie. Like, why? Only because, like, when she was like, yeah, I didn't think it was me originally. Which I was like, okay, that makes sense. But now she's saying that he sent her these messages like a month or two prior. So it's her, or she knows it's her. So that was a lie. And again, I can understand why you made it. And now she's trying to say that when she said it was photoshopped, it was really just because, well, technically these messages were gone, but you had known that already. You just admitted that. So, like, yeah, you just used it as an excuse. You didn't because you were nervous. That's fine. You could just be like, yeah, I said that as a lie. It's just a weird.
They were edited in the sense that his entire side.
That's not what you meant, but okay, it doesn't really matter. You could just be like, yeah, I lied because I was nervous or something.
That the conversation was gone, but that doesn't really matter because
okay.
I did say all of those things, and the news of this was blowing up.
TikTok's most
Audio is incredible in these videos, dude.
progressive and pro-LGBTQ creators. OnlyJayus is right now being called out for saying the N-word in a DM.
People are super upset with OnlyJayus.
I heard OnlyJayus was getting canceled.
Haven't heard by now. OnlyJayus
It's me. Oh, dude, I look so bad in that. Move on.
has been exposed.
Move on.
Not only a rape
We're gonna move on. Oh my god.
homophobe as well.
Sorry.
Janice was getting canceled.
Haven't heard by
Oh, it's terrible. It looked like the Beast Titan. This deserves canceling.
now. OnlyJayus has been exposed for being not only
So bad. That's I Speak 1906, by the way. He's a cool guy. Oh my god.
a racist,
Oh, I forgot I can't turn it back up. Oh.
but a homophobe as well.
I knew I needed to apologize, and I wanted to right away, so I reached out to somebody who was my manager at the time, being like, hey, this is happening, I'm going to say something, but they told me not to do anything. They said,
Yeah, we knew this too. I already knew this. They said, my agent's telling. Okay, let me see. This is her talking to her dad. My agent's telling me not to address it, saying not to post anything, and that will only address it if it gets worse. But I don't want it to get worse. I feel like they have a third good interest, but I feel like okay, hurting me. I want to apologize, but I can't trust my own thoughts right now. I don't know. I would listen to your agent. An apology could make it worse. You kind of shouldn't have to apologize for a conversation you had when you were 5 and 16 years old. No, I have to apologize for using the N-word though. You shouldn't listen to your. You should listen to your agent. You didn't sleep, did you? No, this is my third night, no sleep. Yeah, I remember this. This is what she had told me. She's like, yeah, they're telling me not to apologize. And I was like, you should still, I mean, I said, you should just make like a quick, easy apology right now. But instead they waited like 3 days and it made it a lot worse. Sure.
let's wait to see if this gets bigger first. And I was like, no, I'm guilty right now. But they were more worried about my brand deals, while I was upset about
I don't know who Nick is. All right. All right. Not at the moment, no. If I think of anything useful, I will let you know. How long do you think it'll take for these brands to respond and give the okay? Because this needs to go up as soon as possible. People are only getting angrier. It's up to them since this is already EOD. They may need the weekend, but okay. Yeah, I think that she's just establishing that this took a long time. Okay. Oh yeah, this today, all these huge creators who already have been posting are posting more damning stuff right now. It's about to get so much worse if I don't post today. Like, I cannot stress this enough. My mental health is so much more important than the money and the brands. This is important to me, too. I understand. Then you should have just posted it if you were already at the breaking point. But okay, this is A3. This needs to go up or not. I won't. Okay. Okay, fair enough.
about hurting people, because I knew I was letting more and more people down by the second. I had friends from high school and college reaching out to me being like, Bella, what's going on? Is this true? And then I had to admit to that, and some people just cut me off like immediately. So I knew if I was losing these relationships that I had with people for years at this point, that there were people in my audience watching this feeling just as betrayed. So even though it was advised against me saying, oh, this will blow over, I started writing my apology. They asked for one anyway, like a day later, after seeing how viral this was going. So I sent them what I wrote, and it was kind of like this, a full YouTube video addressing and apologizing for everything I said, and they said, no, this is way too long, and it needs to be on TikTok. So
that's actually fair criticism. It doesn't need to be that long. You don't need a 26-minute apology for something like that. People tend to go like off the rail. All you really had to, this when I talked to her, this is what I said. I said, listen, because we talked about the whole thing. I said, listen, this is what I straight up told her. I said, I've been in the same situation. I've said the N-word when I was younger too. Like, you know, a lot of us are dumb as fuck. A lot of white people are dumb as shit. They'll say the word without really understanding like what it truly means. That's the truth. I would say it to like my white friends, and I said, listen, you know, just say that. Say, listen, I was young, I was dumb. I said the word because it's the most intense word I could think of, but I didn't understand the racial implications of the word. I fucked up my bed, kind of a thing. That's what I told. I was like, that's all you really need to say, because it's the truth. But of course, she went with this really bizarre apology. That was like, I'm gonna platform black creators, and I educated myself on racism. I read a book. It was like, oh Jesus Christ! And then after that, what did she do? All right, she didn't platform the black creators. So I'm pretty sure. And in her defense, one of them was Aunt Karen, but like you told her you'd give her like a platform, which was supposed to be like a video on her page, but then like she didn't do that. It's like a whole fucking problem.
I rewrote it to shorten it, sent it to some friends and asked for their advice on it, sent it back to Viral Nation, who made me rewrite it again, until 3 days later they finally gave me the okay.
Yeah, literally, hey, I was young, dumb, and uneducated. Like, it was shitty, you know what I mean?
To record and post. This is where
and again, a lot of people's criticism, like I speak before, his criticism, I believe, was like, yeah, it's like shitty. Like the apology is like shitty. You should have came out sooner, you know what I mean?
The whole ghostwriter narrative comes from, but I want to be very clear.
What is that, a ghostwriter?
To record and post.
What?
This is where the whole ghostwriter
Only just had a ghostwriter for the What is this? What? Okay, interesting. What is this?
Narrative comes from, but I want to be
okay, dude. You're going around telling people you ghost wrote my apology. Please tell me I'm wrong about this, and I know I wrote it on my own apology. I never said I ghost wrote the apology. I went on the record multiple times and said I just helped out. I didn't. I even did an interview explaining that the main part I helped solidified was the part about black creators. Like, I'm not a liar. I lost followers too because I still pointed out that I'm your friend. Blah blah blah. Okay, I think I used to be upset with me. Okay. I guess that was a clickbait title. All right.
Very clear when I say that I wrote my
I don't know
apology.
who that is. Who is that? Oh, it doesn't say the name. Damn, you have 656 messages on OnlyJayus. What the hell's the matter with you?
I'll admit I was in this privileged position to get help from people on how to go about it, but that's only because I didn't want to mess it up. I don't think there's anything wrong with asking somebody to proofread something before sending it off to millions to listen to.
Sure.
But my apology and my words are my own. Hindsight, I understand that I shouldn't have just followed the direction I was being given by this management, and I should have trusted myself from the beginning, and because I didn't, and instead made a 2-part TikTok apology full of emotion, the whole thing came off really weird.
Full of emotion? Yes. I don't think it was the emotion that threw people off. I really think it was the I read a book on black people kind of like she's like I read a book to educate myself. It came off really weird. It was really bizarre. I remember looking through it. I was like, "Oh, this is fucking weird." I gotta look it up, but it was kind of bizarre, bro. Let's see.
In my past, I said disgusting things to people, and I am so ashamed of myself for using racist rhetoric and derogatory language to hurt others because
And I think this came out like 3 or 4 days later.
I knew what that word meant, and I understood the power behind it, but I said it anyway because it was
See, that's okay.
the meanest thing that I could think of, and I'm so sorry to everyone, but especially to those in the black community, because only you guys can forgive me for this, and there is no excuse, and there are no justifications for what I said, and you guys deserve better.
Okay.
And when I first saw the screenshots, I didn't even think that they were real.
See, I like that part was true. Like you like how she said that, but then in this video she's like, "Well, when I said they're photoshopped, I meant like they made it out of context." No. When you admitted here was what happened. Like, you didn't think that they were real, which is totally fine. It's just a weird lie that she made there in her new video. I don't know why, because it doesn't make her look any better or worse. It's just bizarre, but okay.
Because I forgot how hateful and how angry of a person I used to be, and it hurts my soul knowing that I said those things.
Okay.
But the screenshots and the things I've said in my past are not a reflection of who I am today. And I'm so grateful for the people in my life that I met after high school, in college, at my previous jobs, and on TikTok who took their time to educate me on their experiences. Because listening to them was so powerful and a real reality check for me. So I want to take this time to take a step back and share my platform with some amazing black creators.
And that's the part where we kind of I don't remember us seeing any of those amazing black creators.
We're going to tell their story to try and educate others on the trauma that happens when we use this kind of language. I know that.
Oh, where'd I get the book thing from? It doesn't seem to be in here. I could have swore that there was like an apology where she talked about how it might have been a follow-up TikTok, because I remember that she had there was a TikTok about it.
My words hurt people, and I know that my words have consequences, and that there is no immediate fix for my actions, but I am so deeply sorry for all the pain that I've caused.
I guess it wasn't in that TikTok, unless that's only part 1. It said that's 1 minute and 32 seconds. I don't know if you could do more than a minute videos before. I remember that there was something about reading a book though.
Here's why people are.
Oh, well, whatever. It's in a different video then. But okay. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. She did read the book though. She definitely. Okay, that was only one half of it then. Wait, so where's the other half of it? I don't know. We're not gonna be able to find it. It is what it is.
And that's a choice that I made. A choice that I regret, but I've kind of come to terms with that. I think the reason why I was listening to all the feedback I was getting was because I didn't feel like I was in a place to trust myself. If you've been watching me for a while, you know that I've struggled with insomnia for years, and this situation didn't help that. I was up all night reading the comments, reading all the DMs, watching every single video that anybody had ever made about me. So by the time that I actually...
So you guys want to talk about though?
Hi, I'm...
The wrong button. I was gonna say that's probably a behavior you should try to get out of yourself, because like when you criticism that much.
Language to hurt.
Oh, is she gonna play the whole thing?
Kind of come to terms with that. I think the reason why I was listening to all the feedback I was getting was because I didn't feel like I was in a place to trust myself. If you've been watching me for a while, you know that I've struggled with insomnia for years, and this situation didn't help that. I was up all night reading the comments, reading all the DMs, watching every single video that anybody had ever made about me. So by the time that I actually went to make this apology video, I hadn't slept in 5 days.
In my past, I said disgusting things to people, and I am so ashamed of myself for using racist rhetoric
Can't believe we're gonna re-watch this again.
and derogatory language to hurt others because I knew what that word meant and I understood the power behind it.
I did. I was 17 when I said these things. That's plenty old enough to know better.
But I said it
I was older than know better. Okay. Yeah,
anyway
sure.
because it was the meanest thing that I could think of.
Meanest thing I could think of probably wasn't the best way to say this. I think
That
what
is
I
a good way
meant
to
was
say
that
it.
it was the most toxic thing I could possibly say.
And I'm
Yes,
so sorry
sure.
to everyone, but especially to those in the black community because only you guys can forgive me for this.
I didn't say that because I expected the black community to forgive me. I said it because I literally just meant that they were the only ones who could forgive me. Because at this point, I was getting a lot of comments being like, "It's okay, JS, I forgive you," even though I hadn't apologized yet. And you click on their profile and it's just a white kid, and it's like, no, you can't forgive me because it wasn't targeted towards you.
And there is no excuse and there are no justifications for what I said, and you guys deserve better. And when I first saw the screenshots, I didn't even think that they were real because I forgot how hateful and how angry of a person I used to be, and it hurts my soul knowing that I said those things.
I have
But the
this reoccurring.
screenshots and the things I've said in my past are not a reflection of who I am today. And I'm so grateful for the people in my life that I met after high school, in college, at my previous jobs, and on TikTok who took their time to educate me on their experience.
That's another thing. I don't bring up my age in this because I didn't want it to be like, oh, I was so young, it's in the past, please forgive me. But I'm bringing it up now because of how much time has passed. It wasn't time wasted, you know? Like, I graduated high school from a racist, Trump-supporting town, left, went to college and played basketball with this amazing group of girls who really opened up my eyes because I started seeing how professors were treating them versus treating me, or like hotel staff who would go on like travel games. And then I got a job and my coworkers gave me this whole different worldview just hearing like about how police would treat them versus like the one time that I got a speeding ticket, and then I would see how like customers would treat them versus treating me like somebody with white privilege. And kind of cliche, but I did a lot of psychedelics and I had an ego death, and I realized that the
I did a lot of psychedelics and I go with that.
reason that I hate my life and I hate myself was because I wasn't a good person. So then I went to therapy and started to unpack like all this childhood trauma and realizing how it was affecting me and my behaviors. And then I got a TikTok and grew this platform to millions of followers within the span of like a month. And then the pandemic happened, and then the Black Lives Matter movement really picked up, and I truly saw myself as an ally. So I was posting about like police brutality and how to better the foster system, gay rights, feminism. And then all this came out, and the world was exposed to this part of myself that I so desperately want to punch in the
Let's be real here, like really quick. There's more than just what the fuck's going on here. Like, she was not for nothing, but I remember because I talked to a few content creators that she like. I remember the time like she had like a controversy with like Okrello, for instance. With a controversy with what's the other guy's name? Jonathan Moss. Like, these are other larger like black content creators. She had a habit of like kind of bullying people that were like had fewer views than her. Like, it's not just this isn't the whole story. It's not just this. It was like other interactions she had where she comes off as kind of an asshole. She would argue with people in the comments. She would go after she seemed to go after smaller creators in like weird ways sometimes, like kind of like yelling at them. She had her whole interaction with the Krello. She had her whole interaction with Jonathan Moss. It's not just this one instance that like everything centralizes around. It's like she's kind of an asshole, and that's fine. But I'm just saying, bro. It's not like this is just the biggest thing that happened to her that like hit her hard. But there's a little bit more to this. There's a little bit more. There's a little bit of a condescension aspect. Doesn't mean she should be canceled. She's just kind of a dick. I don't know. Like, okay.
Because listening to them was so powerful and a real reality check for me. So I want to take this time to take a step back and share my platform with some amazing black creators who are going to tell their story to try and educate others on the trauma that happens when we use this kind of language. I know that my words hurt people, and I know that my words have consequences, and that there is no immediate fix for my actions, but I am so deeply sorry for all the pain that I've caused.
I did take a step back, okay? I didn't post for about 2 weeks, and before I posted this apology, I did have a good group of creators who agreed to make videos that I would post on my page and that I would tag them. But then I posted the apology, and the reaction was just so overwhelmingly negative that none of them wanted to be associated with me.
That's not true at all. That's a lie. What are you talking about? Maybe some of them didn't, but I specifically, because we just looked into this. Like Aunt Karen wanted to, and you kept dodging her, and that's when you did the whole yelling thing. What do you mean? There were still people who wanted to use your platform, and then you started yelling. What?
that just meant that I had to restart. And I had to reach out to a whole new like group of creators that I didn't really know. And that took a lot of time. I worked with Dr. Kojo, posted a TikTok and made a whole podcast with him, which was really cool because he's really influential in the mental health space. I also posted a video on TikTok calling out TikTok for unfairly deleting the accounts of a bunch of black creators like Hita Rose and Nathan Locus. I also posted multiple videos with Black Man, Black Father that he posted. I just put on my page and tagged him for it. And the only reason I ever stopped working with him was because he started asking me for money and then asking me to ask.
What about the Aunt Karen thing? Because what immediately happened, was that like you kept dodging Aunt Karen who wanted to put stuff out. And I don't like Aunt Karen, but that's what had happened. And you kept dodging it. Are you just not going to mention that part?
Ask you guys for money, and it just kind of felt weird. But I was also duetting a bunch of other creators that had good messages, like Poppy J, Black Gloves, and Untouchable Blaine. And even with all that, the majority of people were saying that I wasn't working with black creators.
I'm pretty sure all this happened a decent amount of time later after she got like really called out. I don't know, man. It's been such a long time. I don't remember all the specifics. That's the problem with her releasing it so late. I don't know. This just doesn't seem like an accurate framing of what actually happened. Like, I'm pretty sure that there were creators that wanted to work with her, and like Aunt Karen is an example of that. And Aunt Karen was like, "Hey, I have videos, put them up there," and she kept dodging her, she kept ignoring her, and that's when she had her freak out and started screaming and yelling, about how she has ADHD and she's really busy. That instance was even in the Sunny V2 video about her. And she even said that this was a really good rundown on my thing.
Well, because this you at the
there's a moment where she starts yelling and like screaming at the camera. Hey, there's me. And like she dodged. Yeah.
I bet after this video she just tossed the book like it's nothing. That seems like an
amazing. See, there was a book. I knew it.
Off as performative, talking about.
There was a book.
To her credit,
it was the next video.
She did acknowledge that it was a grift in the title, stating, "I know it might come off as performative, talking about this at the end of Black History Month, but I'm trying to just educate myself and use my platform for good." However,
yeah, I remember that.
Her audience wasn't buying any of the lies. I bet after this video she just tossed the book like it's nothing. That seems like an amazing book for you, but I think you missed some pages. Maybe you missed a few chapters, read it again. But hey, at least she was still in the process of sharing her platform with some other black content creators as she promised, right? Well, no.
So this message is for you, OnlyJayus.
See, there you go. It's right in here.
Pages. Maybe you missed a few chapters, read it again. But hey, at least she was still in the process of sharing her platform with some other black content creators as she promised, right? Well, no.
So this message is for you, OnlyJayus.
Yeah,
After your whole N-word debacle, said you want to collaborate with me. We email, and suddenly you've dropped off the face of the earth. Are black people just tokens for you to use when you're ready to play? If you were really truly sorry about what you said, you would not have lied and said you were going to do something you clearly aren't trying to do.
The TikTok essentially outlined that after agreeing to collaborate, OnlyJayus would ghost this creator by the name of Aunt Karen once everyone had forgotten about the drama.
Yeah.
Now, to OnlyJayus' credit, Aunt Karen's call-out was even more pathetic than JS's original.
Well, I disagree with that. I've disagreed with this one a while ago. Because she had every right to call her out. But then my point is that's when that happened. Wait a minute. Let me see something. This is such a weirdly dishonest video. Full story on he's getting canceled. Okay. Nice beard, asshole. February 14th. Okay, so this is around the time. So this is like, these are the videos that she posted here. So this happened like February 12th. And then, yeah, 2 weeks later, she started posting again. So these are the videos.
EMT on the scene of a car crash that involves.
So in the same way that not every
Advice that could save. Wait. So if you're when the movie The Wizard of Oz.
So not to be an asshole, but none of these are videos with black content creators and plugging black content creators at all. These are the apologies.
You're an so advice.
And she says that she's going to be platforming black creators. This isn't happening here, unless you count Lion from The Wizard of Oz, I guess. I don't really know. So wait, when does this framing is not very accurate?
Like you hit that.
Here we go. There's one March 17th. It looks like she did something with the creator she had talked about before. This guy. Okay, so so she had this controversy the 12th of February, and then a month and 5 days later, she finally collaborated with a black content creator. Here we go. And then she starts duetting other ones. I'm pretty sure this was after she got called out so hard because, like, okay, we have our apologies. Then you come back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17th video is you finally doing a collab with a black content creator like you had promised.
Ooh, guys,
from what I remember, she was dodging people originally, and then she finally had a cave because people were giving her so much shit for lying about platforming a black content creator. So she's not really an accurate. This isn't an accurate representation of what happened. And then she started screaming she started screaming about like ADHD and some other fucking wild shit. Hold on a second. Wait. Hold on a second. There was more here. Hold on. Where's this screaming video? I just want to play it. Hey, that's me. Oh, here it is. Damn, I remember I defended her from Dr. Ina thing.
episode of What Are People Mad at Me For Now? Not checking my emails in a timely manner.
So it was like 3 weeks later, I think, and Aunt Karen was like, yo, you said you'd platform black creators. What the fuck? And now JS's argument is like, I just didn't check my email. This isn't an accurate representation of what happened. She's being...
I was joking. Forgot to respond to an email from this creator that wanted to collab with me. And, instead of just, like, hitting me up again.
And it's not a creator that wanted to collab with her. It's a creator that, like, she promised to platform because she said the N-word.
They made 7 videos about it! Can you please leave me the...
And I'm pretty sure Aunt Karen showed that she had tried to reach out to her like 4 or 5 times.
Alone! I have a diagnosed neurological disorder that makes me forget things and procrastinate due to time blindness!
Yeah, so like it's a victim complex. It's like, oh guys, she has like ADHD, like me too. It doesn't mean that you can, like, you didn't forget about this. This isn't like a small thing to forget. Like, oops, I forgot to grab my keys. You literally were canceled for like a while, so like you knew this was in the front of your mind. You just wanted to move on. It's just
I forget to eat for days. I procrastinate.
Yeah. Okay, we get it. You're jerking yourself off. This is so inaccurate.
In the
bro.
decision. Yet Aunt Karen's argument in the call out was, because OnlyJayus ghosted me, she's therefore a racist.
Well, I guess kind of. I mean, she wasn't fulfilling her obligation. Anyway, yeah, it wasn't quite as simple as she's trying to make it seem. This is so stupid. Bro, why make this video just to lie about what happened in the timeline, JS? Not a good look.
Because these videos weren't reaching the majority of TikTok, and I was also around this time being called out for not working with certain creators. And the reason that certain collaborations didn't happen was because I was doing most of my reaching out through Instagram and TikTok, but some people reaching out to me via email. The email that I had in my bio, but it wasn't an email that I had access to. My emails were Gmail. That email was something my management had.
I'm pretty sure you had responded, though. Is that what we're saying? That she never acknowledged? But that doesn't make it... Wait, hold on a second.
But some people reaching out to me via email. The email that I had in my bio...
Wait...
But it wasn't an email that I had access to. My emails were Gmail. That email was something my management had. I didn't have access to it. And because I wasn't making my management money anymore, they were slowly dropping me and not really going through my email and forwarding things that I should have seen.
But you said that it was because you forgot to check it. So now you're saying that it was because it was filtered through a different party? Why is this story changing?
There wasn't a whole lot of communication going on at a time when communication was at like most crucial, and I've sent apologies.
So why did you blow up on her instead of apologizing? This doesn't make sense to me. This just doesn't make sense at all.
I've reached out to people who were affected by this, and even if they weren't met with forgiveness, that's understandable. But I did try to show that I was growing in other ways. Failed ways, admittedly, like the time that I posted about a book that I had read called How to Be Anti-Racist.
She really just walked right past it. I'm pretty sure she's lying at this point. I'm pretty sure she's just lying. We just watched her have the meltdown saying that she just forgot. But now you're saying that it's because somebody else had the email? I feel like you're being a little bit of a liar here, JS. You're lying a little bit. Why lie? It seems like you guys had like an exchange back and forth in your email. hold on a second. So here's a screenshot. Here's a screen. So this is part of like the Sunny V2 video. So it looks like JS had reached out to Aunt Karen first. Maybe she didn't, but this is what I'm seeing from this screenshot. So they had direct contact with each other.
Initially discussed the ghosting in an Instagram voice message.
So I am sorry for
Okay, no, sorry. This is Aunt Karen reaching out to her. But like, hold on a second.
basically ghosting you. I didn't mean to do that. I just have a very chaotic schedule and ADHD on top of that. So I genuinely just forgot. It wasn't me trying to ignore you. You could have just hit me up again, but instead you decided to go public and try to add public pressure onto me, and that's not cool. So I don't want to collaborate.
Which one?
Yeah, it seems like she was trying to dodge her for a bit. And you know what? If JS just came out and be like, yo, this creator was harassing me or something, that's fine.
Which will once again receive a response from Aunt Karen, explaining that she had emailed OnlyJayus multiple times with no reply.
Yeah, okay, that's kind of JS's fucking problem. Like, I don't know what you mean. So JS wasn't responding, and JS said that she forgot. Now she's saying that her company ran this, so it's not even her fault. But she got emailed multiple times, and then she just dodged it? Like, okay, what am I supposed to... Okay, this is... Okay, all right.
How to not be racist. Just how to be anti-racist. Like, how to be a better ally. I should have just read the book and kept it to myself. But there were a lot of comments asking me, how have you changed? And I felt the need to prove myself, and that was a mistake. I should have just kept it in private because it was all coming off really performative. I regret it a lot. I know that the promise that I made didn't go as planned. Instead of having black creators fill my page while I wasn't there, I was posting normally and it was like more spread out. So I know that people were expecting me to do one thing and I didn't do it that way. Only because things weren't going as expected.
What does that mean? Because now you're just telling me that the reason that you didn't put up black creators is what you wanted to just move on. I'm confused. You didn't... This doesn't make any sense. She waited like a month and a half or something, or a month and like a couple days till 17 videos she posted before promoting a black creator after this controversy. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Shut the curtain a little bit because the sun is in my eyes.
Okay.
I could have handled everything better, and I'm really sorry for all the missteps that I took.
Yeah, but it's not just the missteps. It just kind of sounds like you're actively lying about some things.
I said it from the start that I know my actions have consequences, and those consequences were some of the hardest things I've ever had to deal with in my life. I've talked about this before, but like after all this, my address got leaked and people were actually like showing up. So
that's sad, of course.
I had to this before, but like
I'm
after all this,
message says a lot of people going on. I don't have the mental space for showing. What are you moving? I'm sorry to hear that. North Hollywood, is your management team helping you? Someone leaked my address and two random people used the call looking for JS. So I don't feel safe anymore. Okay.
Address got leaked and people were actually like showing up. So I had to find a new place to live, move to that new place, and my sleep and my mental health was just not great. So I started therapy again. And with that, I got diagnosed with ADHD. And I never ever brought up ADHD to try and use it as an excuse for everything. It was more so...
Well, it sounded like in the screaming meltdown video you posted.
It was this new thing for me. It was really clicking, like ADHD, rejection sensitivity, and just like the memory issues. It was all making sense. But more so than that, my medication, I started medication and then my medication changed. And so like that was affecting everything, how I thought.
Oh, she's just showing us that she admitted to taking medications. Okay.
How I did like my day. It was a lot. And I'm only really...
So, I mean, effectively what you're telling us here is you forgot that you had said the N-word. That's like, I'm not trying to be an asshole, but this was a huge thing. Like you had fucked up, you know, understandably so, right? Whatever. And then you said, I'll give my platform to black creators. And then you just didn't do that. You're telling me you forgot to give your platform to black creators for over a month. Like this is like, bro, this is so dishonest to me, man. This is just dishonest. This is stupid. I came into this video like, you know what? Hopefully JS is like just going to admit that she kind of fucked up and whatever. This is just seems like a retelling of what actually had happened.
Saying this, okay, because it took me a while to grasp that being called out and being hated, it forced me to like look at how I needed to change.
Well, you were hated before this happened. Let's just be real. A lot of people were pretty upset with it.
It was necessary to put me on the path of who I became today.
Okay.
So after all this, I tried to resume just making my normal content. I was known for fun facts, and sometimes I would do like fake fun facts, put it in the caption, be like, haha, got you, and people really seem to like this. And so when I started getting known for life hacks, I started doing illegal life hacks, and looking back, I should have never started this series because the accusations of me being an ableist came from this.
Well, this is kind of dumb, only because like what she had said was this wasn't even like an ableist life hack. I remember this. It was kind of funny, and I defended Jason. I will continue to defend her on this. She had made a video and like where she was giving like, you know, Reddit facts, you know, things you read off of Reddit. And what she said was like, oh, if you ever see a dog wandering around or whatever, it might be like a service dog, so you should follow it back, and you could find like somebody that's like disabled in need. They might have fallen and hurt themselves, and you could steal their wallet. It was a funny little joke. It was silly, but because TikTok hated her, like I think it was Dr. Ina and her daughter decided to like virtue signal and be like, she's a bad person. See, this is ableist, but it was just like a silly joke. She shouldn't even apologize for this, to be absolutely honest with you.
Service dog
Oh my God, your audio makes me want to like fucking.
ever approaches you, but they're alone, that means that their owner's in trouble and they probably
see?
can't move. So you should follow him because you'll get a free wallet.
Yes.
That was funny. It's a funny video. You should not be apologizing for that. That makes me feel like okay, whatever. I don't
That's
know.
a fucked up thing to say.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's just stupid, harmless joke. Nobody's gonna go, never thought of that, Jace. I'm gonna start stealing from people. It's not really a fucked up joke. It seems to me more that like she's just willing to apologize for everything now just to make it seem like she's changed. But like, it's not a fucked up joke. It really just doesn't matter. If anything, that Reddit fact helped me because I never knew a service dog by itself meant that the owner was in trouble. It was just a stupid joke.
But every single one of these videos has been titled illegal or immoral, meaning don't actually do this because it's fucked up. And I felt that people who watched my content understood that I wasn't advocating for you to rob people who
most people did, except for people who didn't like you.
are disabled. If you ever see a dog in a service vest and he's alone, you should follow it because there's probably somebody that needs your help. And by me saying you'll get a free wallet, I was just quoting this years-old internet meme that I'd seen on iFunny multiple times. And I understand now that because I'm not somebody who is disabled, it wasn't my joke to make. And with how
You're ridiculous. Somebody said as a black man, she's on par with the majority of what anyone else has ever promised us, so give her a break. Hey, you're so fucking dumb, bro. Oh my God.
large my platform is, there are people that saw that and were hurt by it. I didn't mean to cause fear in anybody, and I apologize to those that I did have
Nobody actually took that genuinely, but
that impact on. I should not have punched down like that. Another illegal life hacks video.
If you have an annoying relative that's asking you or you and your partner when you're gonna have kids, just tell them you're pregnant, and then a few months later, tell them you had a miscarriage. They're gonna be
That one's a little fucked, Jace. Jesus Christ. I think I like Jace now, just because of those jokes. That's a little much. Probably should have made that joke. It's a little edgy. That one I would be like, sorry guys, that was a little too over the line. But either way, I don't think Dude, that was a little too fucked. That was a little much, but it's still kind of funny. I wouldn't give her too much shit for that. That one's fucked up, bro.
be so uncomfortable ever bringing it up again that you'll have your peace.
This is around the time that abortion rights went from being federally protected to being given to the states to vote upon. And many states just outright banned it, so a lot of people were afraid that a miscarriage could be considered illegal. And I made this video to call out those who don't let others make their own choices.
That doesn't sound at all what you were doing. Sound like an edgy joke. Okay.
Because I know a lot of people who have family members that try to pressure them into having babies, and that's what this video was trying to point out.
Wait, what was the point? I'm just really confused. What were you trying to point out?
I understand, though, that I shouldn't have done it. Wait, what? Others make their own choices. Because I know a lot of people who have family members that try to pressure them into having.
I don't think that that's at all what you were trying to do. None of that's communicated. It just sounds like an edgy joke.
We had a miscarriage. They're gonna be.
This just seems like an edgy joke, and now you're trying to like intertwine social narratives, which make no sense. I don't see how this joke would ever even communicate or indicate to anybody that people could get arrested for having like a miscarriage potentially, or be punished for having the miscarriage. I don't know where you're coming from with that, but okay.
Federally protected to being given to the states to vote upon, and many states just call out those who don't let others make their own choices. Because I know
that just doesn't sound at all. That's not communicate. If you really thought that, that just doesn't make sense. This is really convoluted. You could just be like, it was an edgy joke and I should have made it. Fine, okay. Like, but what are you talking about?
A lot of people who have family members that try to pressure them into having babies, and that's what this video was trying to point out.
I don't think so, but
I understand, though, that I shouldn't have done it in this way because I've never had a miscarriage. I have watched my mom go through several, so I'm not completely ignorant to the situation, but I am sorry for making this video because it was triggering. I think I need to be more aware of the impact of my words rather than trying to understand my own intent, you know? Just because I didn't mean any harm doesn't mean I didn't cause any.
Okay. Transphobia.
So there are
Alright, what
two
do we got
reasons why
here?
people say that I'm transphobic. The first is from another illegal life hacks video. Your dude, label your gender as non-binary or female on your car insurance. It will go down a lot.
Yeah, it's a funny joke. The joke is that women pay less for car insurance. That's the joke. It's kind of funny. Okay. Again, this one isn't. There's not. These jokes are pretty much non-problematic.
There were a lot of videos going around saying,
And again, the only reason that people are going to call her out for those is because of the shitty things she did before that. They just didn't like her, so they were over-policing her.
that it's wrong for me to encourage cis men to lie about their gender to save money. And I'll just point out again that I'm not actually encouraging anybody to do what I say in these videos because it is illegal and there will be consequences. I just put it in this video to try and point out that men...
I don't think that you can just change your gender, by the way. I think that they go off what's on your license. So you'd have to go through like an entire process to be able to change it. I don't even know the infrastructure, or not the infrastructure, like the way you would do that, but it's not really something you could practically do. But okay.
Pay more on car insurance automatically. And the other reason people say I'm transphobic is because I commented on a video of a person talking about gaydar, but the trans version of it. This video doesn't exist anymore, but when you opened up the comment section, it was full of people just laughing at this phrase that they used, okay? I laughed too. They were trying to be funny. I'd never heard it being referred to as this before. So I did what everybody else was doing, and I commented the phrase and a dead emoji, and next thing I know, everybody's calling me a transphobe because I just used a slur.
I feel like I need a lot more to this. What are you talking about? There was something here? What is the transphobic thing referring? I don't know what she's referring to.
Hey, OnlyJayus.
This says OnlyJayus said the T slur to me twice 2 weeks ago, and you still haven't apologized.
You said the T slur to me twice 2 weeks ago. You still haven't apologized.
What are we talking about?
What's up about that? Huh?
I don't even know if this is real.
Huh?
Proof is in the previous video. This is from 21. The joke is that the video was the creator said that something. What? The T slur canner? All the comments said T slur scanner. Oh, they must have said, for context, just to say it, the tranny scanner sounds like what they had said. I'm not transphobic, taken out of context. I feel like you should have known not to use that video, that slur, Jayus. So apparently that was the joke. Somebody must have made a video saying a T-word scanner. Whatever. It's basically a gaydar, but for trans people.
Asked OnlyJayus to hold herself accountable.
I mean, that one you kind of owned yourself on that there, Jayus, but it's really not that big of a deal. It's probably not ideal. Probably not great that you did that, but whatever. But you should have known that what that word was bad. You should have known. You should have known that was a transphobic slur, right? Okay. What? Okay. Very pogger.
I didn't know it was a slur, so I immediately reached out to this person that posted the video.
You didn't know that was a slur? Oh, okay. Hold on a second. You didn't know that was a slur for real? Maybe she didn't. I guess we'll give her a benefit of the doubt. Wait, what? I'm a little confused here. Hold on. Hey man, on your most recent video, I left a comment on it that I genuinely didn't mean anything offensive with it. I'm messaging you to make sure you know that because everyone in the comment section was freaking out. I wanted to ask if you think I should delete it. You probably should just delete it, but you said, you know, that was right about the word T-word scanner, and my high ass laughed out loud at it. So I just commented it. I didn't put too much thought into it. People are telling me I shouldn't use that word if it doesn't apply to me, but I go by she, they, he pronouns because I literally don't care what people perceive me as anymore. I'm too big of a bitch to just come out as trans. I hope that makes sense. Again, I'm sorry if you saw and thought I was offensive. I can delete it. Wait. What you're saying here doesn't even align with what you originally said. What you're saying here is that you realize that you know what the... Wait, this is so dishonest. What she's saying here is that she identifies as trans, so it's okay for her to use it. But then what she's at, that's what it says in the DMs that I'm reading. because I literally, it says people are telling me I shouldn't use that word if it doesn't apply to me, but I go by she, they, he pronouns. She's saying that she's trans so she can say it. In the messages she's showing us while telling us that she didn't know the word. You're just a lot. How are you going to self-report? Oh, you're so dumb.
A dead emoji, and next thing I know, everybody's calling me a transphobe because I just used a slur. I didn't know it was a slur, so I immediately reached out to this person that posted the
Bro, she's lying in real time, bro. This is so full of lie. Why not just say, hey guys, I identify as non-binary, so I felt like it was okay for me to say this. But you know what? It wasn't okay. Why not say that? Because here's the thing. This is from January 11th, 2021. This is a message that she left on, February 15th, 2021, justifying her usage of it a month later. So if you're trying to say that, like, you thought it was okay then, but, like, I don't understand. You're doubling down for it on a month. I'm so confused. You didn't say that to the person. You knew what the word meant, and that's fine. Just say, like, I'm trans. And then that gets into a whole conversation about, like, the difference between people who are, like, non-binary versus people with, like, diagnosed gender dysphoria and how there's different struggles and issues and whatnot. That's a whole separate conversation to have. But, like, you're not even being honest. Just be like, yeah, I identify as non-binary, which is, like, you know, under the trans umbrella, so I felt like it was okay for me to use this. But instead, she's just lying. There's a lot of lies here. There's a lot of lies here. Wow. Okay.
the video because they were a mutual of mine. I was like, dude, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that. I didn't know. And they were like, it's okay. Like, you're non-binary. I was like, yeah.
Honestly, okay, look, see right here. Wait, what?
So sorry. I didn't know that. I didn't know. And they were like, it's okay. Like, you're non-binary.
This isn't what happened. You said you should be able to use it because you're non-binary, and then they said if you aren't cis, then no one can come for you. They didn't say it's okay because you're cis. They said it's okay because you're saying you're not cis. This isn't even accurate. You read the fucking messages and thought this was appropriate to fucking try to, like, change the story in front of our eyes? Like, why not just be like, yeah, I'm identify as non-binary. I felt like I could use a slur. Or, okay, I would have been like, whatever, I don't care. That's fine. But instead, you're doing this weird, like, rephrasing of, like, literally what you're showing to us. And you're self-reporting. You just exposed yourself of being, it's the fundamentals of being so dishonest in the interpretation. And if you're so dishonest that you can't even accurately interpret, like, a small exchange back and forth between you and another creator, then, like, how can we trust you on anything else that you're saying? This is fucking insane. Like, this is crazy. Like, you said that you didn't know what the word meant, and now and it was just a lie. It was a weird lie. Why lie about these things? Why not just be like, yeah, I thought I could say it because I'm non-binary. That would have been fine. But instead, you're just like, well, I didn't know what the word meant. It's just so weird, bro. It's so fucking weird.
I was like, yeah, I am. You know, because I had been using they, them, all pronouns for a while at this point, and they were like, nobody should be upset with you for this. They told me to address it, and I didn't really want to because I had a lot of family following me, and I didn't feel comfortable addressing myself in that way.
I'm not trying to be an asshole. You had your pronouns in the bio, so wouldn't they already know that if they looked at that? So I don't know if I believe it. I'll defend you literally. It's just I got myself into because I was thinking I'm going to ignore people making videos about it because I don't want to make it. Weird stage where I know I'm not cis, but I don't really know how or what to talk about it or want to talk about it just because I have a lot of family following me and I don't want the conversations yet. You know, okay, sure, whatever.
Outside of just pronouns in my bio, and they understood that. They forgave me, and I kind of just left it at that. But people still to this day call me transphobic over this, even though I'm not cis.
Okay.
It's kind of like calling me homophobic when I'm gay. It doesn't really work.
Okay, I'm not trying to be that guy, but you literally just talked before about how you called somebody the F slur, and you said that the reason you did it is because of internalized homophobia. So by your own logic, you understand that trans people can still be transphobic, right? Like, you could have internalized transphobia. So, like, this is in the same video, you just what? You can still be transphobic just because you're trans. And you admitted that you were internalized homophobic. That's why you called somebody the F slur before. So I'm, like, a little confused here. You're just, like, all over the place. Like, maybe you should have had somebody proofread this because this is a really bad apology. Unnecessary, and it just makes it worse. I'm not even calling you transphobic. I'm just saying that, like, your own logic in this video defeats you. This is so stupid.
So all of this sparked
Oh
a
my
petition
God.
asking TikTok to ban me. They said I mistreated creators who are disabled and creators of color. They also said that I failed to share my platform with black creators and that I
That's true, yeah.
posted rigged giveaways, which isn't true at all. I always
I don't care about that.
post proof of people receiving their prizes.
One who likes this comment, $100. Seemed simple, right? But it quickly got out of
Yeah, it's not my fault, guys. I'm a quirky neurodivergent minor.
hand because it already had 26.2 thousand likes, which would equal a bunch of fucking money that I don't actually have. Sorry, I'm not Mr. Beast or David Dobrik. Yet. But I wanted to be a team player, so I decided to still give some money away. So I picked 10 of my Instagram followers and told them, hey, I want to give you money. They all thought I was hacked, but I did eventually convince them that it was actually me, and then I sent them all $100 each on various money spending apps. 2 of the winners, by the way, didn't even want the money. They just asked me to donate it instead, so I did, and that was really sweet of them.
They said I hired a ghostwriter, which again, isn't true. I don't know who would want to claim my apology as their own given how poorly it was received. They also said I took my apology down, which no, I never took it down. If you scroll back to February 2021, it is still there. Taking it down would defeat the purpose of apologizing. This has over 400,000 signatures. It's on track to be change.org as like one of their top petitions.
Okay.
Partly because I signed it myself and then promoted it, which is a really bad idea. I thought that if I made fun of it, it would make it better. I was wrong. I should have just addressed it for real at the time, and I didn't. These are just a few of the lies that people have made up about me, all a part of the JS slander, and I've ignored most of it for a really long time, but I'm calling this address everything.
Okay.
So I'm addressing everything.
Well, hopefully, maybe she will.
Here are the most notable false allegations that people have made against me that I would like to clear up for obvious reasons. I am not a Trump supporter. I thought the screenshots...
Oh, how come you're not talking about like the other stuff though? There was like stuff where you had like issues with other content creators because you were being kind of an asshole to them. Maybe I'll try to talk to Akrello about it and get like a recap, but I mean, I just don't feel like it's necessary. Yeah, like I think this video, TikTok drama, OnlyJayus versus Akrello, they had like their own thing, which I was pretty impartial on there. I was pretty good. Yeah, okay. Whatever. All right. Oh yeah, by the way, these are some DMs on my Twitter. Not my Twitter, my Instagram, because JS threatened to sue me for defamation. This happened like 3 or 4 months ago or something. JS threatened to sue me on June 4th, 2022, because I was covering her as a content creator. So she sent me some screenshots of stuff. That was after I made my I'm done with you JS video. And you know, I had made like, well, there weren't too many new videos, but I've made quite a few videos on JS. So she's a popular person, and I talk about like, you know, not really breaking news, but I talk about different topics that are going on TikTok, on YouTube, and whatnot. You know what I mean? That's just how I do content. So she reached out to me, sent me screenshots of the videos, which I actually knew I made those videos because the hot take is I actually made them myself. And then she was like, "You for real have?" She sent me the screenshots of the videos that I made. And she said, "You for real have issues? I'm surprised your wife hasn't hit me up asking for rent for all the space I've taken up in your mind. Post these screenshots too, Gut. You won't." She told me to post them, I guess. "As soon as I'm done pressing charges against the man who assaulted me, you best keep an eye out because defamation would be easy as fuck to prove. And I heard that it pays pretty well." Well, defamation is very difficult to prove, JS. You could not get me on defamation because I haven't said anything defamatory about you. The problem is when you lose a defamation case, you're ordered to pay all of the money that the other person had to go with. Like, you can't prove defamation. Like, there's nothing to prove because I don't lie about people. Because like defamation is a very high bar. A little bit of a weird. I saw those and I laughed when she sent them. That's why I didn't respond. I'm like, I'm not gonna bother with this. This is like childish. But like, I don't understand. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, you're right. You're being fucking crazy right now. You're being fucking crazy. It's like a little weird, but okay.
That's from 2016 would make that pretty clear.
Okay.
After it came out that I said the N-word, a lot of people started saying that I took Black Lives Matter out of my bio. I was posting in support of Black Lives Matter, but it was never in my bio to take out of my bio, so I don't know why this one got started. And recently, there's been a lot of videos popping up.
Yeah, it's a lot of like, it seems like a lot of people that have money, they love to threaten to sue. It seems to be like their whole like status quo. It kind of just comes off to me as like trying to financially bully other people, but you know,
saying that
the fact that you said that defamation's easy to prove, Jace, is a little bit of an L take, bro. I don't know.
I said the N-word again, multiple times, 4 times. I say it all the time. I'm just this openly raging racist. I typed it out in a text, the one text that I got held accountable for. And
yo, she also plays Call of Duty though, guys. So you never know. You never know, guys.
And that's it. This word is not a part of my vocabulary.
Okay.
I'm sure there's a lot of you watching this right now that have kept up with all the controversy, whether
No, I'm so bored of you.
with the Sunny V2 video, any of the other videos, or just scrolling through comment sections. But I'm pretty sure there's a lot of you that watch me that didn't know about any of this, and it's coming as a huge shock. Like, JayUs is controversial. I know a lot of creators that would have just ignored this until it went away, but I want to
You did. That's what you tried to do. I don't even understand the motivation for doing this. This is bizarre.
be somebody that's honest with those that support me, and ignoring things isn't being the most honest. I don't want to be a problematic person.
And you waited like a year to talk. Why talk about it at this point? This isn't you talking about it in a timely fashion. This is, oh, I don't understand the motivation of this video, and I wonder why she made this video. It doesn't make any sense. For those asking why I'm bringing it all up, oh wait, so she actually responded to why she's bringing it all up. For those of you asking why I'm bringing this all up, there was a big influx of people talking about it on TikTok recently. It's officially been 3 years since I got fired from Best Buy and started making TikTok seriously. Seemed like a good opportunity. Oh, so she just made it because people were bringing it back up again. You admit this in your post. Wait, what did you say?
I know a lot of creators that would have just ignored this until it went away, but I want to be somebody that's honest with those that support me, and ignoring things isn't being the most
Bro, how many times are you going to self-expose? She's saying that she only wanted to talk about it to be honest. And then you scroll down, she's like, yeah, a lot of people on TikTok were talking about it again. So you're doing it because you wanted to address that. And again, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with like, you're like, hey, I wanted to talk about this because people bring it up again. I can respect that. But why are you telling us that you're like this morally virtuous person? That's what you're really doing. It's bizarre.
honest. I don't want to be a problematic person. I enjoy creating content and researching and learning things and then sharing what I learned with you guys.
When she says that, she means she likes going on Reddit, finding Reddit stuff, and then putting it on the internet, which I think is fine. I mean, you chase your bag, but...
And you guys seem to enjoy it too, and I just want to keep doing that. Making videos is something that I started on my family's home video camera, and the fact that we turned it into this platform with 20 million people...
That's crazy.
I can't even fathom or wrap my head around that many people, but I'm making a promise.
Yeah, me neither. I can't even count that on all my fingers and toes. That's so many people.
To every single one of you, and the promise is real because I've already made it to myself that I have and will continue to learn from my mistakes and work to be better. It's this part of life that everybody has to go through, but I put myself in this position where my mistakes and learning from my mistakes are public. And I think I'm okay with being a learning lesson here. Maybe even a symbol of just because you're an asshole doesn't mean you'll always be an asshole. Nobody has to forgive you for
I don't know. You kind of lied a lot in this video, so you think you are kind of an asshole, JayUs.
the assholey things that you've done, but if you want to change, you can. And if you're still with me here and you have any questions or thoughts on anything I've said, I'll be responding down in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. It really does mean a lot.
This video is horrible. Like I said, I came in here and I was like, maybe she's actually like, you know, whatever. She's recognizing she did some bad stuff, but that was like a shitty reframing of what she actually did. Kind of embarrassing for her. I don't understand why lie and then admit that you lied in the video. Like you didn't realize you were admitting it, but like you showed screenshots that it showed that you were incorrect about your. Jesus Christ, JayUs. You're good luck to you, girl. God bless you. Hopefully everything goes well, because you just are, I don't know what the fuck's going on here. Holy shit. Pray to Allah, bro. I'm not going to comment, because she's insane. She's like fucking, I remember one time she commented on my video going like fucking ballistic and then deleted it. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching, and a special shout out to all my Patreon patrons, my YouTube members, and my Twitch subs. If you'd like to learn how you can contribute even more than you already are by simply watching the video, you can check the links down below, which will unlock a special feature depending on the platform that you subscribe to, such as Patreon here that will get your name right here on this wall. Thank you so much guys again for watching, and have a good one.